The slap wasn't just loud, it was violent enough to stop the entire restaurant mid-breath. A white waitress struck a black woman with such venom that every head snapped toward them, disbelief melting into stunned horror. And instead of apologizing, she leaned in closer, eyes burning with superiority, hissing words meant to crush and degrade. But the woman she tried to humiliate didn't crumble. She didn't bow her head. She stared back with a stillness so unnerving, so quietly dangerous that anyone watching felt the shift. Something powerful, something unstoppable, was about to walk through those doors and end the waitress's world in a way she never saw coming. Nia Carter had barely stepped inside Alderbrook Prime, one of the city's so-called elite dining rooms, when the trouble began. She walked with calm confidence, her reservation confirmation still glowing on her phone screen. Before she reached the hostess stand, a sharp, dismissive voice rose behind the counter. "That table isn't for you. Step aside." The hostess, Rachel Carrington, didn't hide her contempt. Her eyes scanned Nia from head to toe as if she were evaluating a trespasser, not a patron. Nia held up her phone. "Table 18, Carter reservation." Rachel didn't bother to look. "I don't see it. And even if I did, Alderbrook isn't the type of place where just anyone strolls in expecting service." Conversations slowed. Forks paused mid-air. Nia didn't react. "Please check again." Rachel smirked. "Honey, our entrees start at $70. Are you sure you're in the right place?" She casually gestured toward the window, where a cheap diner sign flickered down the block. "Something more appropriate is that way." Nia inhaled once, steady. "Table 18, I'll wait for my husband." That single line snapped something inside Rachel. The idea that Nia had a husband who booked Alderbrook Prime seemed personally offensive to her. Within minutes, Rachel began executing a slow, deliberate campaign of humiliation. She seated 3 couples who arrived after Nia. She fawned over them, offered complimentary appetizers, and handed over menus the moment they sat down. When Nia politely asked for a glass of water, Rachel replied that she was busy with paying customers. When Nia requested a menu, Rachel said they were all in use, while simultaneously handing one to a family at table 9. The diners noticed. Some whispered, some filmed. A few looked away, embarrassed to be witnessing it at all. Then Nia's phone buzzed. A simple message flashed across the screen. 2 minutes away, coming with the team. She smiled slightly. Rachel saw the smile and marched toward her instantly. "Put the phone down. No devices during peak hours." She pointed at a sign that mentioned nothing about phones. Half the dining room was scrolling theirs. "That rule doesn't apply to everyone?" Nia asked. "It applies to troublemakers," Rachel snapped. Nia didn't respond. She simply looked at her watch. Her patience was unsettling. Too calm, too controlled, too quiet. Rachel's frustration boiled over. She leaned closer so the entire dining room could hear. "You people always think the rules don't apply to you." Nia's eyes lifted slowly, and that tiny shift of her gaze set the room on edge. "What did you say?" she asked softly. "I said," Rachel repeated, raising her voice, "you don't belong here." Then came the moment that froze every soul in the restaurant. The slap. Rachel's hand swung with unrestrained force, striking Nia's face hard enough to echo against the marble walls. Gasps exploded across the dining room. A knife clattered to the floor. Several diners lurched to their feet in shock. Nia's purse fell, spilling its contents. Credit cards, keys, a ring that skittered across the floor. Rachel kicked everything aside with deliberate malice. "Maybe next time," Rachel announced loudly, "you'll think twice before trying to pretend you're someone you're not." Nia knelt, gathering her belongings with grace that felt almost eerie. Every phone in the room rose simultaneously. A live stream began. Another followed. A third went viral within seconds. When Nia finally stood, her expression was unreadable, calm, steady, almost dangerously composed. "I think my table is ready now," she said softly. That was when the general manager, Peter Lawson, stormed out of his office. "What's the issue?" he demanded. Rachel jumped in. "She caused a scene, tried to force herself into a reserved section. I was protecting the restaurant." Peter didn't question it. "Ma'am, you need to leave immediately. If you refuse, I will call security." As if summoned, the security guard, Trent Hale, stepped forward, crossing his arms aggressively. Nia looked at her watch again. "He's late," she murmured. "Ma'am," Peter repeated. "Leave. Now." Nia's phone buzzed again. One word appeared. "Outside." Through the tall windows, a sleek SUV rolled into the valet zone. 3 men stepped out, dressed sharply, moving with a presence that shifted the entire restaurant's atmosphere. Diners whispered. Some recognized the man in front from news articles. Others recognized him from rumors whispered in business circles. Nia smiled faintly. Perfect timing. The front door opened with a soft chime. Leon Hartmann, her husband, stepped inside, CEO of the entire Alderbrook Hospitality Group, known for transforming failing chains and feared by executives who couldn't keep up. He spotted the red imprint on Nia's cheek instantly. His jaw tightened. "Nia," he said quietly, "who touched you?" Rachel's confidence collapsed like wet paper. "Sir, this isn't... She... Leon didn't even look at her. He looked only at Nia. Peter stammered. "Mr. Hartmann, sir, I didn't know—" "You didn't ask," Leon replied sharply. The silence was suffocating. Leon turned to the dining room. "Every camera in this restaurant has the incident recorded, every phone live streaming has it archived, and every person responsible will be dealt with today." Rachel swayed. Peter swallowed hard. Trent stepped back instinctively. Leon placed a gentle hand on Nia's shoulder. "You ready?" he asked. Nia nodded. "Let's fix your restaurant." And with the entire dining room watching, the reckoning began. Shocked by that ending? Like, share, and comment your reaction. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories where dignity wins and arrogance falls.